Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode. Now, take a little gander at this. I have a Scarlet Witch crown on my head, okay? Because I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite things to do when I am, say it with me now, alone in a room! Don't know what the fuck that was. Hi, welcome back to Alone in a Room, starring me, Connor Lewis, where I sit all alone in a room. Guys, okay, little thing that I have to say. I was gonna film this last night, but I went climbing because I took a really long break from climbing, and by really long, it was only like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, and I'm starting to get back into it again because I had an injury, and it's still not better, but the whole gym is new, so obviously I have to go back. But I went climbing last night, and I was gonna film this last night, but as I was eating my dinner post-shower, I was in bed eating dinner, and I was falling asleep while eating my dinner, which isn't the first time that this has happened. And it's not the second time that this has happened either. This has been like a thing, because I'll say it. I'm not afraid to say it. I eat dinner in my bed, okay? You can't see it behind me, but I have a beautiful, 52-inch OLED screen television with, of course, LED lights. Today I have the magnificent blossom setting because it is daytime right now. I've only filmed once in the day, and that was when I took my 33-hour break. I already forgot what it was. And so if you hear leaf blowers or cars driving by or people climbing or running up my stairs, that's not my fault, okay? Ignore it. Do not say anything about it because it's not my fault, guys. Because, like I said, let's get back to the original story. Stop with the tangents, you guys. It's time to get serious. This podcast is all serious, no fun. I was going to film this last night, but I got super tired, and I literally was falling asleep while eating dinner and watching Family Guy. Yes, okay, I watch Family Guy. I love Family Guy. It's hilarious, okay? I don't need the bash and the hate. So for the fourth time, I started to fall asleep while eating dinner. I was getting so tired, and I was going to push through because I was going to do a little, and I was going to film the episode immediately after ingesting it and see where it takes me from there. But I fell asleep while eating dinner, and the rest is history. I actively said out loud, I said, I am too tired to film right now. I'll do it tomorrow. Procrastination at its finest. Procrastination aside, guys, today I'm going to talk about playing pretend. I love playing pretend, and I am so sick and tired of people pretending that it is not okay for humans to play pretend. Not humans, adults. It's fine because, pretend is so important when you're a child because you play. When you do your play, okay? And not to be confused with theater play. When you're a child and you play, that is playing pretend, okay? You play pretend. It's right there in the name. And I've done a little research on this topic because I am actually very, very excited to talk about it today. I'm just getting my whole laptop configured. Give me like 0.2 seconds right now. Because one of these days, I'm going to start the actual show and have everything I need all prepped and ready to go. I'm going to have my podcasting focus mode on my Apple devices. I'm going to have all the pages I need pulled up. But you know what? I do have my props ready to go today. And yeah, you heard me correctly. There's props today. Oh, Lord, that is not the look. Oh, don't look at me. Don't look at turn away, pause it, fast forward. This is not a look. Maybe a hoodie wasn't a good idea, but I got the crown on. It's permanently glued to my head right now, so there's no way it's coming off. I actually have it stapled to the back of my cranium back here, so you guys can't even force it off me if you wanted to. Like I said, I did my research and by research, it's 10 minutes of little Google searches and have some articles pulled up that I briefly skimmed because I don't read. I briefly skimmed them just to kind of get an idea and an actual process of what I wanted to say, ready to go. A very rough outline, if you will. But we all know that play is very important in a child's development because it teaches you all these social skills and becoming the boss. Because a lot of times, Vygotsky, I think the guy's name was, he was a child development person. Like, he studied the development of children. And this is my one semester of elementary education minor coming into play here. The Vygotsky was a guy who talked about children's developments. Give me 2 seconds, because like I said, oh, that's not even the right article. That's why. Okay. Lev Vygotsky, I found him. Lev Vygotsky said, in play, a child is always above his average age. Okay, bold of you to assume it's him. Girls play too, Vygotsky. Come on, this is 2025, Vygotsky. What, are you fucking dead? Probably. A child is always above his or her average age, above his or her daily behavior. In play, it is as though he or she actually is the correct pronoun there. It is always, Welcome back to Connor Can't Fucking Read out loud. Because I can skim this and like understand it all well, but I've never been good at out loud reading. Popcorn reading? Oh my God. I'm always like, and then the fucking, oh man, the noisy weekly process of emptying the dumpster. Can't read out loud. Let's take that back. In play, a child is always above, let's keep it neutral there. In play, a child is always above their average age, above their average... Fucking rain! In play, a child is always above their average age, above their daily behavior. In play, it is as though they were a head taller than himself. I've taken so long on that topic, I lost my train of thought. Okay, play teaches you how to become an adult, how to be a proper... yes, okay. So that little quote is when a child is typically in play, they're imagining themselves as a mom or a dad or a doctor or a lawyer. I don't know what fucking child is like. Objection, Your Honor. Actually, me. I'm always doing that. Objection. So it's really important when you play to develop, as a child, of course, to develop those power skills, to learn what it's like to take charge, and to go up to a random stranger, but another child, and ask, "Hey, my name's Connor. Do you wanna play with me? Let's play." And then you come up with these fucking arbitrary rules that are like, "Oh no, you can't touch the molten lava. Only I can walk on the molten lava." But I wanted to walk on the lava too. No, you can't do that because you're a mermaid goddess and the lava will burn you up. But if I'm the mermaid goddess, then how can you also be in the ocean, but you can be in the lava? Because as the ultimate lava god, I am immune to the water. Do you not understand that? That's the rule of the universe. Okay, but in the rules of the ultimate mermaid goddess, my domain, my kingdom, I say that no lava gods are allowed in my kingdom. Okay, well, I guess that's fair. Let's consult the wind chairman. Wind chairman, what say you in this? That's a really good point, wind chairman. Thank you so much. See, the wind chairman agrees with me. I can go into ocean domain. No, wind chairman, but you have to... Wind chairman, you have to agree with me. He's lava. He's going to turn to stone if he goes into my ocean domain. Okay, yes, wind chairman. Your word is law, wind chairman. Thank you so much. What was that? Anyway, we're talking about playing pretend today, okay? And as you can see, I thrive in pretend. I am dedicating this episode to all my stupid little things when I'm Miranda, do we have that jingle yet? We don't? Okay, cool, awesome. Nope, Miranda, go back to your work. Go back to your desk and stay there, Miranda. Thank you. We're going to be talking about all those niche, stupid little things I do when I'm alone in a room by myself. And going back to the little crown that I'm wearing on my head, did y'all get to see it very nicely? Shall I show it off for you? One of my favorite things I like to do is I like to pretend that I have Scarlet Witch powers, okay? Stop with the bullying of me. I don't give a flying hootie hoo what you think. If you ever see me, we're getting the mic on my hoodie today because I need actually both of my hands to do this, okay? If you ever see me going as such, ignore me. I'm just in my own little pretend little world, and I'm pretending that the noise effects are very important in this, okay? Because I was talking with some of my coworkers the other day about how awesome would it be if I had the Scarlet Witch powers behind the bar. I'm behind the bar. I'm going like this, crown on my head, of course. This is actually my headwear my food safe headwear that keeps all the hair out of the products. And I'm on the bar and I'm doing my little witchy hands and I'm controlling 8 different drinks at one time, maybe 9 if I'm pushing it. And we're in the middle of a rush and I'm actually solo barring. I'm actually drive-through bar, mobile bar, cold bar, all of it, just I'm pulling stickers as I'm going. Cups are flying and their stickers are boom. I got a Sharpie writing on all the cups and I'm la 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 la. Meanwhile, someone's at DTO taking orders because I can't take orders. I'm controlling all these cups, okay? And I was like, what if I did that and I was the best barista there was? And my coworker, she turns to me and goes, that's actually what corporate wants all of us to be on the daily, no joke. And I was like, you are so right. But we were so slow the other day. Oh my God, our store was so non-busy for how busy it normally is. In 30 minutes, we had 15 customers. What? That's like nothing. That is actually nothing. We had done all our backups. We cleaned all our things. We had nothing to do. And we were like, y'all want to play 20 questions? And we played 20 questions on the floor. We played 2 truths and a lie. We played Never Have I Ever. Oh, Lord, I had one of the best shifts of my life yesterday, but it went so slow, time-wise. It just was so long. Anyway, so I play pretend, and part of my little things I like to play pretend is pretend that I have Scarlet Witch powers. I actually watched a whole video on how Elizabeth Olsen would do, I think she called it hand gymnastics, figuring out you have to imagine that there's a ball of energy, like an actual sphere of energy right in the middle of your hand. And with that, she was able to move it from finger to finger. She was able to flick it outwards to people, catch it, spin it around, pull things with it. And I thought that was so cool. And oh, what I would give to play a little witch, wizard, or warlock on a TV show and see myself looking that cool with all the special effects. If anyone out there listening is really good at special effects, just go ahead and edit this for me, okay? That'd be really awesome, and I would love to see what you would do. I love the color crimson or scarlet, for the girlies that know. But I also am a big fan of purple. Oop, wrong side. Purple. Maybe I like to imagine my aura is kind of like a yellowish vibe to it, so that would be cool too. Ooh, yeah. But another side effect of that climbing is that my finger cracks are back, baby. Listen to this. Let me turn the microphone. Oh, that was poor. That was piss poor. You guys will get good ones because typically I sit here and I yap for a really long time. So my little finger cracks are going to build back up. And I'll get back to you on that. Okay. What else do I like to play pretend with? I do a lot of pretend. And you guys, There needs to be a lot more climbable trees in residential areas. What I would give to just go to a park and climb trees. And what is stopping me? Number one, what is stopping me? Number one, what is stopping me from doing that? And that was a poor imitation and a piss poor, actually. What's the word that's called? I talked about it last time, and it's not imitation, impersonation. And of course, you should only be getting the best for that little orange loaf, and that wasn't my best representation. I apologize, and I'm gonna take accountability every time I do an impersonation, and it is poor. Okay. Like I was saying, what I would give to go to a park and climb some trees. Not that I'm saying I can't do that right now if I wanted to. It's a little wet outside. It's been raining. It literally rained the entire day yesterday. So I don't want to do that right now because that sounds really gross. But I remember I went to my friend's birthday party last year and she had this gnarly tree in her backyard. And I said, of course, there was a little alcohol running through my system. But I looked at that and I said, I'm going to climb that. And I did. And I had so much fun climbing the tree. Did I cut my hand a little bit? Yeah. It was so worth it, though. I got to climb the tree and it looked really, really cool while doing it, too. And that takes strength. Climbing trees takes strength. Because you're climbing with your entire body. You have to pull yourself up. That's a lot of work. So I wish I could go climb trees because I wish it wasn't as shamed as it is in modern society, because all these adults that are so anti-pretend and anti-fun, they look at you like you're wild, like you're literally insane in the head. But I'm not. I just want to go alleviate some stress and climb some trees, okay? So don't judge me for it. I don't really care what you think. Look at me weird. I don't care. Because I'm going to climb some trees. I think I'm going to have a goal for the month of March is to climb a tree. Yeah, I like that goal. I'm gonna say it right now that my goal for March is to climb a tree. What was my goal for February, you ask? Couldn't tell you. I don't really know what it was. Did I accomplish it? Maybe. I don't really know. This month has been pretty busy. And, oh, you know what? I do have a goal, and my goal is that I'm going to the UK and Ireland and Scotland later this year. I dropped a lot of money on a plane ticket, so that wasn't a lot of fun. RIP to my credit card statement coming up and my bank account coming up for that. But I'm so excited. I'm going to the UK, Ireland, and Scotland. Well, UK is Northern Ireland and Scotland, so I'm going to the UK. That's all I could say. But specifically London, I'm going to Edinburgh, and I'm going to Northern Ireland, which is very exciting because when I went to Ireland, I wasn't allowed to go to Northern Ireland because my friend isn't allowed in UK territory. But that's another story. And the whole reason I'm going, I'm going to tie it back into the topic, of course, but the whole reason I'm going is me and my friend Megan are doing a nerd-themed trip. A nerd-themed trip. And we're going to go see Harry Potter filming locations and do studio tours for Harry Potter and Game of Thrones. We're going to the Scottish Highlands. We're going to see where like the Hogwarts Express passes by. We're going to Loch Ness. I am so excited because I am going to find the Loch Ness Monster, guys. And you know what? That is my commitment to you. I will find Nessie and I will confirm her existence because I love cryptids. I love them. I've always been obsessed with them. And I think this like ties into like the pretend topic a little bit because it has like an air of mysticism to it. And I like to pretend that these creatures, these, let's say biologically impossible creatures do exist because we just don't know. I say biologically impossible with no evidence to back that up. They could, I don't know, people probably have been like, actually it is biologically impossible because Nessie's veins are actually the size of my girthy penis, and that allows for its blood flow to flow through ever so nicely, allowing Nessie to live underwater for 8 years before resurfacing for air. Like, I don't know. That could be biologically possible. Do I look like a doctor? No, because instead of wearing that little metal circle thing that is up on the doctor's head, I realized I was talking to myself the whole time and not you guys. I'm sorry. I'm vain like that. So I think another commitment that I have going forward is I'm going to look directly at the barrel of the camera and I'm going to talk directly to you guys and not get distracted by my beautiful figure in my Scarlet Witch crown. Where was I going? I'm going to Loch Ness. I'm very excited. I think that cryptids have an air of mysticism to it, which kind of play into my pretend because I used to always be a fan of Loch Ness Monster and fairies, not the gay people, but the actual like winged creatures, serpents, and I used to really, really enjoy learning about the Greek mythological monsters. None of you bitches know about Chimera, okay? And it shows. And I think I love how Percy Jackson really amplified that because, yeah, I was a heavy believer that the gods were real. And I am so sorry to Jim Lewis, but I truly believed, I think all of 4th and 5th grade, that Apollo was my real father because he was the god of so much creative, artsy things that I was like, that's where I get it from. Not from my FBI agent father, but it's from the Greek god Apollo. And you know what? I actually, in college, my favorite essay that I've ever written was, I think it was a solid 8 pages long, maybe 12 pages. That I counted this as my thesis because I didn't really have to do a thesis in college. But my thesis was about how ancient Greek polytheism is in fact not a dead religion. It is so widely used in pop culture to this day that I thought it was crazy, but I loved it so much because I got to talk about my favorite topics. I talked about Hades, the video game, which you guys know I'm obsessed with. I love that game. And I was also gonna do one of those last week. And just before I was about to do it, I saw on YouTube that Hades 2, the early access it's in, just released its second major update. And it said, forgo my original plans. I'm doing this until 1 a.m. tonight. I think it was like 8:30 or 9 o'clock. I said, I'm doing this until 1 a.m. I'm going to be grinding Hades 2 right now. Anyway, so I got to talk about the OG Hades, which kind of revamped my love for Greek mythology and the different art styles that artists portray the gods, monsters, characters, all in different ways. I love it. And I talked about Percy Jackson, how in literature it's still mass-produced for the younger generation to really get into it, because Percy Jackson is a kid's book. What else did I talk? I talked about Hades Town, which I briefly covered in my Renaissance episode. So I just got to talk about how Greek mythology or Greek polytheism is not a dead religion, because there are actually still cults that still, I don't know if cult is the right term, but there is kind of mini organizations that still worship the ancient Greek gods, and they still present offerings to them. And yeah, that was a cool essay I wrote. And I really popped off. I think I sat down and really, I planned it all out. I knew exactly what I was going to talk about. What do you know? Planning actually does wonders for essay writing. And I think I knocked out the entire, I'm pretty sure I still have it on here. Please stand by. Haha, I found it. Ancient Greek theology and today. How is it still relevant? I said, oh, there's a typo on the second word. Oh my God. Let's see, how many pages was this? 6 pages. Oh, maybe it was, I didn't pop off as much as I thought I did. But I think I wrote the entire 6 pages in the span of like an hour and a half because I knew everything that I already wanted to talk about. And I think my thesis statement was, these myths and legends were told more than 2,700 years ago, yet are still continued to be told today. How is it possible that these stories still hold relevancy in the modern age? Yeah, loved it. It was cool. How did that tie into playing pretend? Oh, Oh, the nerd trip. Okay, so I was talking about cryptids and ancient Greece somehow. Somehow that all tied in. But we're going to the UK. And we're doing a lot of nerd trip stuff. So the whole theme is called Nerd Trip, and a lot of it centers around Harry Potter because both me and my friend Megan, we love Harry Potter. And just putting it out there, we love Harry Potter, but fuck the author, okay? I do not align with her views, beliefs, morals. She's awful, garbage human being. But Harry Potter, we love. And that's another thing that I love to play pretend. Let's get out the props, okay? You're going back on my hoodie? So this one is actually going to be my very first wand that I ever owned. And I think I got it when Harry Potter World first came out. I must have been in like 5th grade. And I think this was back at the time when Harry Potter World was doing wands. They don't have like a whole bunch of like different character wands like they do now. But they had a wand in the Ollivander wand experience. I think they had a wand that correlated to your birth month. And of course, my birthday's in May. So this was the wand, the May wand. And it's very beautiful. It has like this like crimson little orb right there. And around like the actual stem of the wand, there's like this really long, some kind of autumn leaf design that kind of wraps its way around as you like twirl it, and it's beautiful. The wand is very, very old and it's breaking right where the handle meets the actual of the wand, the PP of the wand, if you will, the base and the PP of the wand. These are actual wand lore terms. I've done my research. So you hold the anal beaded base of the wand right underneath the actual peanuts of the wand, but the screw that connects it, it's really coming out, and I can like actually bend the wand, and like I can actually aim and trigger the wand wherever I want to ejaculate on my enemies. And so this wand is very, very old, but I still keep it because it's sentimental. It was my very first wand, and you know what? I don't really play with this wand as much as I want to because it is broken, but that's okay because I do have this beautiful wand that actually doesn't have a screw. I got this when I was in New York visiting the Harry Potter store that's up there, and this one is actually modeled after the diadem of Ravenclaw. That was one of the Horcruxes in the Harry Potter world. Spoiler alert. Rowena Ravenclaw's diadem is a Horcrux. But this one is just gorgeous. And I thought it was so beautiful. I said, I know I need a new wand, so I'm going to get one. Because I take this off my wall. It hangs up on my wall right over there, right by my Ravenclaw banner. Because I'm a Ravenclaw, okay? And I don't want to hear anyone saying, Ravenclaw, you give me Hufflepuff energy. I know I do, okay? But I like to identify myself as a 5149 Ravenclaw Hufflepuff because every time I take a test, it's really a toss-up, whichever one. Sorry, my hair. The staple. It moved. Oh, ow, ow. Oh, the staple in the back of my cranium. Oh God, now my hair's all in the way. Just some crown adjustments here. Because I'm the king in my castle. So I like to think that I am a 49% Ravenclaw Hufflepuff. Every time I take a test, it's really a toss-up, okay? But the reason I say I'm a Ravenclaw is because I identify more and I want to be in Ravenclaw more. And that's the whole thing. Harry Potter could have been in Slytherin, but he said, I don't want to do that. Put me in Gryffindor. I want to be in Gryffindor. And Sorting Hat said, okay, you win, I guess. That's fine. So that's the same situation with me, okay? I said, I don't want to be in Hufflepuff, I want to be in Ravenclaw. I like their aesthetic more. And let's be honest, if I went to Hogwarts, I'd be learning every little minute detail of magic and the magical world that there possibly could be. I would be the freaking Hermione of my school year and answering all the questions because I need to know all the lore. And if I obviously I grew up without any magic that you girlies know of. And if I suddenly received, oh, you're coming to Hogwarts, I said, yes, please. And also teach me everything because I want to know all the spells. Good and bad. I want to know all the potions. I want to know every charm. I want to know every little nuance, divination. I want to learn it all. The history of magic, I'm locked in, okay? I'm with my quill and I'm like, yes, okay. And then what happened to the goblins? Whoa, that's tea. Okay, good, write that in. I'm acing every test, okay? So I identify more with Ravenclaw. And you know what? I take this wand off of my wall and I still will sometimes... Because, I learned... Actually, pretty recently, I learned that the process of creating a spell and experimenting with spells, while it is dangerous, it is so particular. And you need to be so precise and accurate with all of spell work. Not only of course, this is in the Harry Potter universe. Spell work not only consists of saying the incantation, but you have to have precise wand movements, correct intentions, because the intention of the spell has an effect. When you cast Crucio, which I never would do that, okay? Guys, I never would do that. That's an unforgivable curse. And we all know me playing role-playing games like The Sims. I don't want anyone to be mad at me ever, virtual or real. I need validation from everyone I know all the time. And in false scenarios. So, doesn't my play pretend sound so fun? It's just me being a people pleaser and having people walk all over me. But when Harry cast Crucio, he didn't do the spell as intended, okay? When I think he cast it against Bellatrix in Order of the Phoenix, that's not I think. That's gonna be I know he did. Because I know a lot of obscure knowledge, okay? Or like facts that are so small. Facts and details that are really small. I know them. So when Harry casted Crucio against Bellatrix, it didn't have like a strong effect because, of course, Voldemort came up to him. This is in the movie, of course. I actually can't remember the book as well, but in the movie, Voldemort came up to him in his little mindy mind, and he was like, "You have to mean it, Harry. You have to make it intenseful. Try it again, Harry. Go on. Give it one more time. Actually, put a little oomph behind it, okay?" So he didn't have actual malicious intentions when he casted it. Therefore, it didn't really do its job as effectively. So when you're experimenting with spells, it's all about, number one, the incantation, but that one's not super important because you can cast nonverbal spells. And the intention behind it and the wand movement. I think Luna Lovegood's mom died from a wand, like experimenting with spells, and it went horribly wrong, probably because she had like improper movement or like improper intentions or things that didn't line up. But another thing that, if I went to Hogwarts, I know exactly what I'm doing first thing once I graduate. I'm getting an internship at Ollivanders. I think wand lore is so interesting. And some of you guys don't read the Pottermore wand lore page, and it shows, okay? There is a whole page on, I don't even think it's called Pottermore anymore, it's just harrypotter.com. There is a whole page dedicated to wand woods, and it is, how many words is this? It is a page, okay? There are in total, stand by, I'm gonna count for you. There is a total of 38 different wand woods and a solid, like, chunky paragraph explaining the qualities of the wood, how it relates to caster, and how it represents the caster's ambitions, intentions, and all that jazz. But I'm not going into wand or spell experimenting because you just saw that little bit that I just did. I would die for sure within seconds. So I took the liberty of logging into my little account and pulling up my wand wood for you guys. My wand is made of spruce wood. It has a unicorn core. It is 13 3/4 inch length. You could say I have a sizable wand. And it has surprisingly swishy flexibility, which kind of sounds like it is an attack on my character, but I will not take it personally. So allow me to read you my wand wood, okay? Just get my little device a little closer so I can actually see it. Unskilled wand... I'm going to take that again. Because, what? Connor cannot read out loud. Unskilled wand makers call spruce a difficult wood, but in doing so, they reveal their own ineptitude. It is quite true that it requires particular deftness to work with spruce, which produces wands that are ill-matched with cautious or nervous natures. You heard it here, folks. I'm bold, I'm brash, I'm brazen. And become positively dangerous in fumbling fingers. Oh, fuck. I'm actually killing myself because... Uh-oh. Oopsies. My wand hates me because I have fumbling fingers. The spruce wood requires a firm hand, which I totally have, because it often appears to have its own ideas about what magic it ought to be called upon to produce. However, when a spruce wand meets its match, which in my experience, this is Ollivander talking to us, of course, which in my experience is a bold spellcaster with a good sense of humor. You guys, when I got that, I said, oh my God, Mr. Ollivander, you are so funny. Mr. Ollivander is the #1 subscriber of my podcast, okay? If he listened to podcast, I don't know if he's still alive. He's probably like 320 years old. If he's dead, RIP Mr. Ollivander. You would have loved the podcast. You would have loved Alone in a Room, Mr. Ollivander. What the fuck? When a spruce wand meets its match, it becomes a superb helper, intensely loyal to their owners, and capable of producing particularly flamboyant and dramatic effects. It just called me gay. It said I'm really funny. It said that I'm actually going to die if I cast one single spell with the wand because I have fumbling fingers. And then it called me gay. Actually, not in that order. It said I'm gonna die because I don't have a steady hand. Then it called me hilarious. Then it called me a homosexual. Okay. Thank you so much. Let's talk about the unicorn core. Unicorn hair generally produces the most consistent magic and is least subject to fluctuations and blockages. Whoa. Wands with unicorn cores are generally more difficult to turn to the dark arts. I know, I'm just like such a good, perfect little angel. And I just don't do anything bad, ever. Why? I never would do anything bad at all. They are the most faithful of all wands and usually remain strongly attached to their first owner, me, irrespective? That's a word I've never used. Irrespective of whether he or she, okay, inclusivity, or they. Sorry, this is still J.K. Rowling we're talking about. I'm not gonna launch. We're talking about Mr. Ollivander is very inclusive, okay? But not J.K. Rowling. And according to this webpage that I can see that you guys can, it actually says, where am I? It actually says, irrespective of whether he, she, or they was an accomplished witch or wizard. Now, are witches and wizards like the only two titles? What if you're like a non-binary magic caster? Is that what the term is? Magic caster? Let's say that. Okay. That's okay. Mr. Ollivander, like I say, he's 320 years old. He can use some education on pronouns and they, thems and all that jazz. Minor disadvantages of unicorn hair are that they do not make the most powerful wands, although the wand wood may compensate, and that they are prone to melancholy if seriously mishandled, meaning that the hair may die and need replacing. Oh my God, it's a hair. Grow up. Now, what does the length mean? Is my wand girthy or skinny? Let's find out. Most wands will be in the range of between 9 and 14 inches. Okay, so I'm above average, I think. No, that is average. Fuck. I'm so close to above average, you guys. While I have sold extremely short wands, 8 inches and under, micro wands, and very long wands, over 15 inches. Damn! Now, how'd they hold that in their hand? Do they have to double grip that? I'm going to keep going. These are exceptionally rare. In the latter case, a physical peculiarity demanded the excessive wand length. However, abnormally short wands usually select those in whose character is something... What? Usually select those in whose character something is lacking, rather than because they are physically undersized. Many small witches and wizards are chosen by longer wands. Aw, they find their match. That's cute. Okay, so the length actually has nothing to do with it, I guess. And I guess I'm like a normal person. Cool. Nothing is lacking in my character. That's awesome. Now, surprisingly swishy flexibility. This seems like an attack on my personal character, so we're going to get in the meat and bones of this. Wand flexibility or rigidity denotes the degree of adaptability and willingness to change possessed by the wand and owner pair. Although, again, this factor ought not to be considered separately from the wand wood, core and length, nor the owner's life, experience, and style of magic, all of which combine to make the wand in question unique. I think I know the same amount I did before I read that. So, wand flexibility or rigidity denotes the degree of adaptability and willingness to change. Okay, surprisingly swishy. Okay, so that's not like rigid, but it's not like bendy. So I guess I'm semi-adaptable. That's nice to hear. Thank you so much. I'm learning so much about my character today. So yeah, wand lore is so interesting, and I would definitely have an internship. Then I turn assistant shopkeeper with Mr. Ollivander, then assistant shop manager, and then once he kicks the bucket, then I become the new Ollivander. Okay. But and then I do like a full regime change of the Ollivander store, and it's just gonna be, because Lewis doesn't have the same ring to it. Connor's wand sticks. Stick wand Connor's. Lewis's long lickety split sticks. Lickety split sticks Lewis's Connor's wands. That's the new store name of Ollivanders. Makers of the finest wands since 1300 BC or whatever the fuck it is. And that is just my one wand. That's my unique wand. Nobody take it. Nobody steal it. I know y'all want to be me so bad, but you can't because I am my own person. But there are so many different types of wand woods. There's apple, spruce, obviously I just covered. Yew, elder. I think I saw cherry wood and all these other ones that I just read that. Sometimes I'll go back after a few months and just read that page and learn all the different like traits the woods represent. And it's really cool. So yeah, I play pretend with my wands a lot, and I'm like casting spells. And another thing, I love doing the little Spider-Man. A lot of times I play pretend is when I'm singing, okay? Because I'm an actor, okay? And acting is literally, this is not new information. Acting is literally just playing pretend, okay? Sorry, once again, I'm distracted by my gorgeous figure instead of looking at you guys. Hi. Hey, you guys. Oh, it's so good to see you. So acting is literally pretending, and professional actors, all they do is play pretend, just at such like a deep level. That little like lava monster and I'm the ocean goddess of my own realm, my own dominion, that whole bit, that could have been like a whole movie if I wanted it to be, where there's conflict, there's resolution, some enemies become friends become enemies. Yeah. The protagonist has an obstacle that he needs to overcome and eventually does, making him better by the end of the story. Yep. Yeah. For those of you who don't get that reference, it's another Family Guy bit. So go watch Family Guy because it's funny. Oh, I forgot to talk about my very special guest here. It's Wanda Maximoff again. This one is going to be her Civil War representation where she like No, that's... Which one is it? I want to say it's her Civil War. But it looks like her Endgame one. I think the box is labeled Civil War, but that looks like her in Endgame where she's like, you took everything from me. And Thanos is like, I don't even know who you are. And she goes, you will. And then she like raises herself. I play pretend a lot with Wanda Maximoff, and I like to do the hand motions and like go up on my little tiptoes and then like kind of up and down, just so it like in the mirror. I can't see my legs in the mirror, in my bathroom mirror. So like if I do that, it kind of just looks like I'm flying. Just ever so slightly, just a few inches off the ground, but I'm like, ooh, I'm flying, you guys. So I like to play pretend, and I said Spider-Man, and then that got me talking. Oh, a lot of times I like to play pretend is when I sing. Now, when I sing my songs in the car, I'm going full into the character, especially with Ethel Cain. The whole Preacher's Daughter lore, if I'm listening to Ptolemaea by Ethel Cain, I am doing the scream in my car. And like I said, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, your homework is to go listen to the song. And when you do, I actually have no words. When you listen to the song Ptolemaea by Ethel Cain, there is a certain moment that all the emotion and rage pent up and fear that's pent up inside her is released, and it is crazy. And bet your sweet bottom dollar that I'm doing that pent up emotional release full commitment with the windows down, because I like to listen to listen to my music with the windows down in my car because I like to sing out loud. And do I like it when people look at me? Maybe. Do I like it when people kind of listen to me when I sing? Maybe. But the guys, that I'm so humble, like I would never do that. There's a song that I've been obsessed with lately, and it's actually 3 of them, and they're all gonna be from Hades 2, and it's all gonna be sung by Scylla and the Sirens. Now, there is Coral Crown, which is pretty rock heavy, and she talks about how down, down, king of bones with a coral crown, drown, drown. I love it when songs go either sharp or flat in the key that they're in, and they kind of have that like, ooh, kind of feel. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's just like an ooh, like it's like it doesn't fit. It sounds so good, and it has like an air of like creepiness to it. I love music like that. So Scylla and the Sirens, a lot of the songs that they sing in the game are very, because do you guys know the lore behind Scylla and the Sirens? Obviously, in the Greek mythological lore, sirens lured sailors to their death with their beautiful singing voices. So, of course, they have to have songs in the game that represent that. And they sing a handful of songs. And there's one that I wasn't a super fan of, but I've been listening to a little bit more, and I'm like, hey, yeah, this still slaps. So Coral Crown is kind of like spoilers for those who haven't played Hades 2 yet. The songs that they sing while you battle them, and it's crazy because you're battling the band members all at once. So the singer Scylla, of course, and then Jetty, I think, is the guitarist, and Jetty is the drummer, and Roxy is the guitarist. And when you defeat, because you battle them, and then you defeat them individually, and then, hey, no, that's actually not right. You're battling all 3 at once, but at a certain point when, I guess they all have individual health bars, but they combine to make like one giant health bar along the top of the screen, like right up here. And so at some point, if you single one out too much, then they become out of the battle for like the midway point. And then once you defeat all of them individually, then they each get like powered up attacks, and you can still like single them out and like target one. So like you whittle down their health, and then you can focus on the other 2 and blah, 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 blah. But what's really cool is because they're singing these songs while you're battling them in the lore of the game, if you defeat the Roxy, the guitar, what is wrong with me? Speak my words. Oh my God. When you defeat Roxy, the guitarist, if you defeat her and she's out for like the midway point of the battle, in the song that's playing, obviously like the song is playing as like background music for the battle, but the song that's playing, it loses the guitar in the song, which I just think that is so creative. It's very immersive and kind of fourth wall breaking. Same goes if you defeat the drummer, then you lose the drums until only the singer's left. And it is so much fun and I love it. So they sing Coral Crown. They sing another song called I'm Gonna Claw, parentheses, your eyes then drown you to death. And that song is really funny because it kind of unlocks after you encounter them a handful of times. And Skilla, the main singer, is singing it to your protagonist, your controllable character, Malinoe. And she's basically insulting her, saying like, you with that hair. No, what is it? You're such a mess. That little dress looks like it's from the garbage. Just like that hair. Don't mean to stare. Were you aware? Looks like something died there. That's why you're jealous of me. Not that I can blame you for it. I would be too if I were you. Too bad you must die now. I am gonna claw out your eyes, then drown you to death. So that song is a lot of fun. But there are more songs that they sing for like the when you're in the area, the leading up to the final battle, and when you're battling through Oceanus, let me say it in proper terms. So when you're battling through Oceanus, the background music is kind of like a And what is really cool is that song is on Spotify and it's called Song of the Sirens. And I don't really hear it when I'm battling, maybe because I'm focused on the actual gameplay, but I feel like I don't really hear the words when you're battling through Oceanus, but the song itself has actual lyrics. And it's very much akin to a siren call. So it's beautifully melodic and like it has a twinge of like untrustworthiness to it. Like it's so beautiful, you're off put by it, but it's kind of, the singer, I think her name is Ashley Barrett. I don't want to get that wrong. I'm actually going to fact check me because she deserves credit. Because her voice is just gorgeous and magical and beautiful. Ashley Barrett. I am literally a genius. I'm so smart. And Ashley Barrett's voice, it's so, like, very much like, the lyrics go, come to me, rest. It's very much like, come with the promise of comfort and safety, but obviously Skilla's gonna eat the sailors, and it's like a 6.5 minute song, and I play a lot of pretend when I listen to that song, especially if I'm driving. I'm pretending like I am the siren, and I'm using my beautiful voice to lure you to me so that I can eat your face, you know? And I try to incorporate in my head movements and my facial expressions the very much like untrustworthy, and I'm like beautiful, but I'm creepy, you know? And I'm like, ooh, come to me, rest your head warm within. And I'm doing like this kind of movement, a beckoning movement with my hands. And like I said, do I like it when people look at me from their car windows? Yes. And I just want to know what goes on in people's minds if they see me in the rearview mirror, like, or I'm like, because most of the time they can't hear me, they're in their own car. My music is not that loud. Or I'm just like, oh, I also like to play pretend that I am a world-class pianist or violinist, because I do like to listen to Lindsey Stirling still. Not still, because she's still slay. She's never not slayed, okay? So I love to listen to Lindsey Stirling. And that's kind of like when I'm not really in the mood to sing, I'm like 10 and 2 on the wheel. I gotta use both my hands again. Oh no, it happened again. There we go, locked on. Okay, so where was I? Oh, so hands are on 10 and 2, of course, because I'm a beautiful world-class driver. But I like to, when Lindsey Stirling plays, For the sake of all intents and purposes, I'm just gonna use this because I need. But like, I like to do like with my fingers, you know, and like sometimes I'll do like a little. You know, violinists when they're like, ooh, excuse you, when they're like, oh God, this is really hard. Hey, this is actually like a skill that's really hard. I know that like the little vibrato that they do with their string that comes from the wrist, not actually like the finger moving up and down, but it's like the wiggle of the wrist. I took 3 months of violin lessons, so I kind of know what I'm talking about. It wasn't for me. I'm not good at doing things with one hand and then doing another with the other. Yeah, that made sense. So I was never good at piano either, but like I said, I'm a world-class pianist when I'm in the car because I'm like, and you can probably see, but like, I'm like while my right hand is going like super crazy and like, the left hand is like not really doing much because I can't do like 2 different beats with like, it's one or the other, okay? I have to choose. All that being said, I do still have a flute in my closet that I really do want to pick up and start playing again, just for shits and gigs with no intention of actually like becoming good. But, oh, sorry guys. Hang on, maybe I can get this crack. Y'all heard that? That was a good one. But I remember I took 3 years of flute, and I had a lot of fun playing the flute. Did I ever practice the things I needed to practice? No. I was in my kitchen. I actually did. That was a band performance, so I was really involved practicing that. One thing that I would do a lot with my flute is da-da-dum-dum, da-da-dum-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum-dum-dum, da-da-dum-dum, ba-da-dum-dum, whoever can name that theme, you get an extra bonus points from me. Congratulations, you win this episode. What do you win? Nothing, because I got nothing to give. So I would do that. I learned the Imperial March from Star Wars, Rue's Melody from the Hunger Games. I guess someone like composed an actual like song for it. So I would never actually practice what I would talk about a lot with the flute. What? That wasn't a cohesive sentence. Anyway, I like to pretend that I'm a really good musician and magician, because I'm a what? I'm a witch. I'm a witch, you guys. And I think people need to be more open to the idea of playing pretend as an adult. Because I feel like with all the scenarios I see of adults playing pretend, it's, I'm playing pretend on how I can financially deliver this audit that is coming through. Boring! Be a magician. Be a scary monster, okay? I actually have this. Two grown-ups play pretend. No, that's not. The article that I had pulled up. Oh, I thought this would be fun to do, actually. So hold that thought for now. But this says, amazing scientific fact. The brain cannot tell the difference between fantasy and reality. For example, when I imagine I am running, evidence shows my brain reacting in large part as if I am actually running. This helps explain why using imagination and fantasy is a powerful tool for feeling better. Try this quick experiment. We're going to try this quick experiment, you guys, and do it with me. I invite you to experiment with me right now. Whoa, pause. No, not like that. You guys are messed up in the head. I invite you to do this experiment alongside with me, okay? Slow down by taking 4 or 5 deep breaths, okay? Pause. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. Welcome back to NPR, Alone in a Room, starring me, Connor Lewis, who is alone in a room doing NPR. and is very slowed down right now. Bring up a vivid image of someone or something that brings you joy and peace. Those could be the beach, your partner or best friend, great food, winning a sports game, or your favorite song. Anything that makes you smile. Okay, I'm going to imagine myself at a nice climbing gym, releasing some steam. I'm having a great climbing day. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, I'm at the climbing gym. Okay. Stay with the image and keep sharpening it. Okay. So I'm at the climbing gym. I'm actually having a really good climbing day. All my friends are there. We're having a great time. We're bantering. We're making fun of each other, but in that friendly way. And I'm sending V6s, V7s. Hey, I actually projected a V8 for a really long time, and you know what? I just got it. I just got the V8. Oh, I feel great. And I can smell the chalk in the air and the smell of those grimy plastic holds. Yes, this is what brings me joy. Please don't interrupt. The grimy plastic holds and the smell of the gym and the chalk that's wafting through the air and is probably invading my lungs, akin to a secondhand smoke, okay? And all my friends are there, and I'm feeling confident and sexy and strong. And all my friends are saying, Connor, you are so confident and sexy and strong. And I said, guys, I was just thinking that. That's so wild. LOL. We all share a laugh. And then I go to take a sip of my water bottle, and it is the most refreshing, cool ice water. It is triple filtered, and it has nugget ice. And then I've said, that's enough water for me for today. I'm going to reach over and I have a sip of my lemon lime Gatorade, which is arguably the best Gatorade. Do not fight me on this. I will accept the red Gatorade as a nice substitute, but any other flavor, I'm just, no, I don't like. So I go take a sip of my lemon lime Gatorade, and it reinvigorates me, and I'm feeling great. Okay, what next? What do I do next? Notice changes in your physical state. Did your breathing or heart rate change? Do you feel warmer, more relaxed? If so, congratulations! You just use your imagination to make something physical happen, to feel better physically. I will say that did make me feel really good. It made me feel like ultra relaxed, and I actually felt like a sense of joy, and there was like a warmth this sounds corny as shit, but like a warmth like spread from like the middle of my chest and just kind of like, ooh. While this technique is known to be incredibly good at boosting a sense of emotional well-being, our culture has a bias against adults using fantasy and imaginative play. I agree. That's what I've been saying, man. Who is this? Who wrote this article? This is going to be from psychcentral.com. And I'm scrolling all the way down. Is it just more and more? Oh. Whoa, that is a different topic. Oh, that was just like a totally new article. Okay, hold on. This doesn't have an author that I can find right now, but it says last medically reviewed on November 29, 2016. So it's like 9 years old, but I guess it's still relevant. Okay. Back to my original thing. Okay. While this technique is known to has a bias against adults using fantasy and imaginative play, some consider fantasizing to be morally wrong. Which I guess makes sense if you do it to the extent of it like takes up your entire life. Because I can live a day-to-day life, work my job without pretending I can lock in when I need to and like become an adult when I need to, you know? Like not everything is me pretending to be the Scarlet Witch, even though I wish it was. Imagining doing something bad, for example, can be considered taboo, as egregious as actually doing something bad. One example of the taboo around fantasizing is around sexual fantasies. Almost everyone I have spoken to about sex feels guilty about their sexual fantasies. True that, brother. What if you could use fantasy without guilt or shame, and we were free to fantasize both to help yourself feel better and as a substitute for doing hurtful things to others? That's part of what I and many other therapists teach. Okay, this is taking a turn, you guys. Imagine a peaceful place to calm down. When you're upset, imagine as vividly as possible to create a scene. I just did that. Okay. Discharge your anger by imagining what Imagining what you feel like doing to the person who angered you. Oh, I see. I don't know, because I'm not the type of person that, like, when someone makes me mad, I'm not like, I don't, like, I joke about doing that, but like, I don't actually vision myself doing that. Maybe I do. Maybe I do, you guys. Maybe I'm lying to you right now. Maybe I'm playing pretend as an innocent, well-rounded citizen and not a psychopath. Your core authentic self is loving and compassionate. That's what I just said. But when anger is triggered, you are overtaken by a specific biological agenda. Not them pushing a biological agenda on me. You want to attack in order to defend and protect yourself. To safely discharge the intense emotional energy in your system, try imagining what your anger wants to do. For example, when I was 4 years old, not me, this is the article. When I was 4 years old, I would sometimes try to hit my little sister when she was getting the attention I wanted. What? My mother taught me that it's absolutely fine to be angry with my sister, but that is not okay for me to hit her. She taught we don't hit people. She bought me a blow-up Bozo the Clown punching bag and told me I can pretend it was my sister. Okay. Interesting. Imagine your very own custom-made perfect parent to love you exactly as you need. What? The beautiful thing about fantasy is we don't need to be constrained by logic, which is why I pretend I'm a witch all the time. Use sexual fantasies to spice up. What? Where did this article go? I feel like we're jumping like boom, 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 boom. Like there's... Okay. That was a little weird thing that I just read. How else do I play pretend? Did I cover all my bases? I think I did. I play pretend when I sing. What are the things? Let's sum it all up right now. The things I like to pretend the most. Scarlet Witch, that I have Scarlet Witch powers, that I am literally a wizard, which I guess kind of relates, but in a different way. I'm a Harry Potter wizard. I like to pretend that I'm a professional pianist, violinist, that I'm a really good dancer. I like to emotionally invest myself and physically invest myself into the songs that I sing, i.e. creepy sirens, i.e. Or no, I don't have to say it one more time. I.e. creepy sirens, comma, Ethel Cain energy. When a song is really sad, I know sometimes I can fully commit to that bit and be sad. Songs in question can be Flowers from Hadestown. What's another one? Oh, this is going to be a little weird, but bear with me. Stick with me on this one. The old There Before, from the Ballad of Songbird and Snakes. That I really feel the stakes on that one. And Casings, Ethel Cain is another big one. I could really, really commit to the emotion in that. I was going to work a few days ago, and I was in the mood for Hozier, which normally when I'm on my way to work in the morning, I typically listen to either Ethel Cain or instrumental songs because it's very mellow vibes, or like I don't have to sing to it, and I could just feel the intention behind the music and the emotions that the music is invoking. But this particular morning, I was opening and I was listening to Hozier, and I was singing along. And at what time? I leave at 4 a.m. So I guess maybe around like 4:10, 4:15 in the morning, I'm like fully singing, and I sounded good for 4:15 in the morning, and I feel like I had a very good tonal quality, and I was bumping and I was singing along to the Hozier songs that were playing, and Take Me to Church came on, and I go, this is pretty like classic, but I haven't heard this song in a really long time, and it's a great song. So I listened to it and I'm singing along, I'm bumping along, and I was, take me to church, I worship like a dog. I start bawling in my car. I wasn't even sad. I think I was just listening to the whole song, thinking about how musically gifted that man is, and the beauty of the song, as well as the intention of the lyrics, because the song is about being gay. From what I understand, I'm sure it goes deeper than what I'm saying, but the whole song is not an entendre, because that involves like a sexual connotation, but it's an allegory or a metaphor for being gay. And I think that message just kind of really resonated with me listening to the lyrics and the beauty of the music. And I just started sobbing. And I'm not one to cry often, but that I was open mouth like, and then right after that song played, Abstract started playing, Abstract Psychopomp, and that song always makes me cry, which is why I don't listen to it super much, because I like to I kind of hold it dear because it's my one cry song. So I hold it really close to my chest and it's very dear to me, and I don't really listen to it because I don't want to oversaturate the feelings, if that is the right word or right description. I don't want to play it so much where I lose all the emotion to it, because it's a really special song for me. And so I commit very emotionally to my music. So much to the point where I actually start bawling. I'm balling all the time. All right, team, that's going to do it for me. I'm so happy I got to talk about playing pretend with y'all. And I challenge you guys to play pretend more, because the world needs a little more pretend players. And if you're into cosplay or LARPing or anything like that, mad props, because you are a pretender through and through, and I commend you for it. And I really want to be involved in that community, but I just don't have, I feel like my pretending is very minimal and bare, and I don't really need, like, not saying that you guys need this, but I don't really need the costumes and the props apparently for it. But with my Scarlet Witch pretending, yes, I have my crown, but this was a gift, okay? Shout out to Alex. Thank you so much for this gift. I love it so much. I'll put this on and I'll play pretend with it, because I am the Scarlet Witch, you guys. And the wands, obviously, this is a prop that is needed. But for the most part, like, simple Scarlet Witch hand gestures, like, I could just do that in my normal work clothes and be fine. And that's my good pretend. So if you do LARP or you cosplay or you go to conventions like that, mad props to you. And I want to do that. If anyone wants to send me an actual Scarlet Witch fit, that would be awesome. Doesn't matter if you get my dimensions right or wrong. I would just like to have it. I will see you in the next episode. Who knows what we'll talk about? This has been Alone in a Room, starring me, Connor Lewis, where I sit all alone in a room. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. See ya.